Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing Sports. You'll hold your horses. In boxing, you find a way to win, find a way to lose, and in trying to find a way to win, you could end up losing and end up taking it to the stupid Errol Spence. To me, should leave Ryan Garcia alone. He just should, man. He just can't afford to lose, man. Ryan Garcia and Errol Spence. This whole talk about them fighting at 160 pounds. Listen. Ryan Garcia, I really think if this whole situation with Ryan Garcia just happens to kind of alleviate itself, I think Ryan Garcia would bubble up to 160. And I think he would fight Errol Spence. But the problem is Ryan Garcia is already fast, strong. Him bubbling up to 160, I mean, who knows? But I see people already scoffing at the idea of Ryan Garcia possibly beating Errol Spence. Those are just people who want to sit here and invoke emotion. I'm not doing that. I'm just really looking at it for what it is. Ryan Garcia against Errol Spence. Speed and power against tenacity and aggression. And obviously there's some power there with Spence. But what I'll say is this: Errol Spence can't afford to get in there and possibly lose to Ryan Garcia. You just take a look at his dialogue, man. You know what I'm saying? Spence is like, I'll beat his butt at the AT&T Stadium at 154 to 160 pounds off the strength of him testing positive. But I-O-N take tune-ups. See, now y'all need to help me when they start talking this dumb shit. Take tune-ups. What is he saying? I only take tune-ups? Well, what? I don't know what that shit mean. Ion. I know what ions are. You know what I'm saying? I know what atoms are and molecules and protons, neutrons and electrons and shit. But I don't know why he would put the ion in there. So y'all gotta help me out with that because I don't speak jackass. Then Ryan's like, let's run it. I would gladly destroy you and finish the job. Crawford almost did. I will finish the job. Wow. Then Errol Spence goes, Tank, didn't get to finish you because you quit like a H word, like we knew you would do. Go find someone to play with. This sounds like Errol Spence is kind of trying to ease away from the challenge, what it seems like he initiated. Then Ryan comes back, hey, let's see this P word's next move. We won't do, I guess he's saying shit. I'm calling him out, and there's no offer. Errol Spence, I welcome the challenge 160. Okay, Ryan Garcia's not playing around. But let me tell you something. I'm not so sure Ryan Garcia could get in the ring anyway because I'm not sure if he gets a suspension, and I'm sure he's going to get a fine, but just depending on what happens with him and this B sample test and the commission and what they decide to do. I mean, he may get, suspended. Even if it's 6 months, he won't be ready to fight. I think in, August they were talking about? Possibly making him and Errol Spence in August at the AT&T Stadium. But nonetheless, Ryan Garcia may not be able to return to the ring, maybe not even by the end of this year, depending on the suspension. But with Errol Spence, I'm not so sure what he wants to do, but I can't see Errol Spence. I can't see him not taking this fight. If he does, it's one thing to say that people to say Errol Spence ducked the rematch with Terrence Crawford because he did. But to come down and say he's been ducking Ryan Garcia, who most people see as a cartoon character, I just think Errol Spence will ever be able to let that down. Plus, he doesn't want to get in the ring and have Ryan Garcia do him like he did Devin Haney. Errol Spence does not want to deal with that kind of humiliation. And let me tell you something. Strong possibility Ryan Garcia gets in there and clips him. And I know a lot of people are saying, now that'll never happen. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't this, All I say is no one knows. But when I rub the Hood Champion crystal ball, I'm telling you what I'm seeing is Errol Spence coming in there trying to, overpower and bully Ryan Garcia. And Ryan Garcia just happens to get that super quick sonic boom left hook off on him, and then the right hand as well. And I just see Errol Spence in the ring dancing salsa, and no salsa and no music is playing, and that means Ryan Garcia will catch him and make his body, react funny. And that being said, I just think it's an interesting matchup, and I hope they keep going back and forth. I don't like Ryan Garcia talking about your girls in my DMs and I'll take your B word. I don't really like that. Errol Spence has kids with her. They have kids together, and I think that's his significant other. But hey, trash talking is part of boxing. But we can't fight after you've been talking about my wife and or girlfriend, a significant other, mother of my children, especially when we're together. And for us to fight and come and think we're gonna shake hands and stuff, like, nah, I can't do it. I'm not that kind of person. You know what I'm saying? I just can't do it. I'm just really trying to look at this and see, what's Derek James gonna do? I saw a post the other day. I probably should have start copying and pasting a lot of these things and saving it, so when I come back to do videos, I can quickly access them to share it with you. But I saw Errol Spence post something real disrespectful about Derek James and how he's like, yeah, I'll give him $13 or something real petty. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, I guess it really is, trouble in paradise. So that being said, there's a lot of people who are favoring Ryan Garcia. If this fight was to happen, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people favoring him. So they just have to sort it out. But I would like to see it, though. I ain't gonna lie. I would like to see it, because I'd want to see who's gonna be the A side. Errol Spence, he ain't the A side no more. Ryan Garcia's the A side. So ain't no more of this coming over to PBC and who's the A side, and ain't gonna be no back and forth and negotiate nothing. Ryan Garcia is the draw. Ryan Garcia, especially if he gets through this crap, he's gonna be the man. He's gonna dictate shit. But who knows? He may make a 50-50 split with Errol Spence, because Errol Spence is the kind of name Ryan Garcia needs, especially if he can beat Errol Spence. Ryan Garcia needs that name on his resume, and for Errol Spence to beat Ryan Garcia, I don't know if he necessarily needs that name on his resume, but that payday would be nice, especially if he's looking to retire. But that being said, fundamentally, Ryan's flawed, Earl's sound. But when you have that athleticism, speed, and power, man, it just makes up for a lot of the fundamental deficiencies that Ryan possesses. But at the same time, you just got to understand Errol Spence and his body and trying to compete at a very high level. I just think just too much injury to car accidents and extremely difficult fights. I'm just not so sure that Errol Spence will come off of this. You know what I'm saying? But some people think Ryan's a scrub and Errol Spence is the real deal, and that Errol Spence would trash him. I don't know if I see it that way. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.